Good morning, children. Children, I welcome you all to today's session of computers. And we are on chapter 1, which is computer and its evolution. Evolution is basically how computer got developed into various stages. Right? So this is a very interesting one. Please follow me as I go through this chapter. Computer has been the biggest human invention till date. It's very true. The machine not only makes the calculation easy but is also helpful in various other functions such as storing data, mailing and others. However, prior to invention of computer, the calculation were done using different kinds of machines. So we come across two three main things. Firstly, that it is the biggest human invention, then it is a machine. Computer is a machine, and most important thing that it is very helpful in various other functions such as storing data, mailing and others, as well as calculations. Now early calculating machines were abacus was the first one. It's the first known calculating device. It was used to perform simple arithmetic operations such as addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. Counting is done by moving beads on the abacus. This is very important. See, children, this is how an abacus looks like. Right? And we count the beads on it to get the result. It was invented 5,000 years ago and was primarily used in Asia. It was known as the first mechanical device used for calculation. Second was Napier bones. John Napier, a Scottish mathematician, in 1617 invented a system of calculation using strips of ivory bones. Ivory is basically the material with which the tusk of an elephant is made. It's known as Napier bones. Then we have Pascaline. It is the first mechanical calculating machine. It had a rectangular box with movable wheels. It was invented by Blaise Pascal in 1641. The instrument was designed to perform arithmetic operation. Now this is something really important, that it can perform arithmetic operations with numbers up to hundreds and thousands, right? So this was the first machine which actually did calculation. Then there were difference engines was invented by Charles Babbage in 1822. It was an automatic mechanical calculator which was capable of preparing mathematical tables. The machine was designed to create error-free tables. Difference engine had number of columns numbered from 1 to n and was capable of storing one decimal numbers in each column, right? Then we came to analytical engine, and you will be surprised to see that here once again the name of this great person or this great scientist Charles Babbage comes, right? Analytical engine is the better version of different engine, and it was designed by Charles Babbage in 1837. Means it is somewhat superior to it. It was first general purpose computer. The calculating device had same elements as in modern computer. These elements were input, output and memory devices. So basically three kinds, and you can see the size here. Charles Babbage is also known as the father of computer, right? Please remember this. Who is the father of computer? It is Charles Babbage, right? Now, evolution of computers. The gradual development in the calculating devices led to the invention of computers. It took several years and stages for the computer to evolve as modern day computer. The various stages of computer evolution involve the first generation, right? See the year 1946 to 1949. They were typically large and needed a room for accommodation. They used high speed vacuum tubes, right? So this is the the hardware which was needed. First generation, it was vacuum tubes. They used high speed vacuum tubes, and they had very small memory, right? These computers used ENIAC, and ANIAC stands for Electronic Numeral Integrator and Calculator. They were developed in 1946 by Eckert and Mauchly in USA. Then we come to the first generation computers were very large. You can see this picture here, that this is the size of and slow in speed and gave very low level of accuracy, right? So the three characteristic, firstly it was the vacuum tubes, then they were very big in size, slow in speed and gave very low level of accuracy. Right, they consumed too much of power and generated too much of, so lots of disadvantages were there, and there was a need of second generation computer. Right, it witnessed certain changes were there. Vacuum tubes were replaced by transistors and diodes, and due to that the size was reduced. It had advantage because the speed was now faster, more reliable, large storage capacities, and less power consumption. The failure rates were very low. We then come to the third generation, where ICs or integrated circuits were used. See, this is the micro IC chip. See its size. Don't you find it very small? These computers were designed to use as an operating system, right? See, this is another difference, that third generation computers were designed to use an operating system that enabled different programs to run at the same time. These computers were 10,000 times faster than the first generation. So you can well imagine in three generations what was the level of speed generated. Example of the third generation, IBM 360 and 370 series. Then we had the fourth generation. The fourth generation computer used microprocessors. The name itself tells micro is very something very small, right? And their used microprocessor chips resulted in the development of microcomputers, that is very small. The era of personal computer was developed during this period only. And then we come to the fifth generation since 1985. They are in development stage. The goal of fifth generation is to develop a device which could respond to natural language input, right? Whatever we say, whatever we feel, all that thing it responds, and is capable of learning and organizing itself, having a power of human intelligence. They will be able to recognize images and graphs. The characteristics of these computers are: first, speed. Computers are much faster as compared to human being. Modern computers can execute millions of instructions in a minute that may take days to perform. The second is accuracy. Now, not only speed is important, but accuracy is also important. And these computers are super accurate. High storage capacity for data, because lots and lots of inputs are there. They can store a large amount of information in a very small space. Reliability, computers are more reliable than human beings as they never feel tired. And then we have versatility. A computer is a versatile machine. This machine can be used to solve problems related to various fields. Means to solve problems really means it is not only specified to a single field like calculating or anything, but various. At one instant, computer may be solving a complete scientific program. The very next moment, it may be playing game, chess, and then this is all what we are doing generally. We also do certain such things. Limitation of computers: lack of decision making. We can take decision, but computers cannot. IQ zero, computers have zero IQ. They need to be instructed, and if we do not type any instruction, the computer does not do anything. So let us summarize. Abacus is considered as the first known calculating device. There were various calculating devices prior to invention of computers. The fourth generation computer used microprocessor, which further reduced the size, and the third generation computer used ICs, known as chips. Right. So some terms were used: general purpose computers. Ancient computer had similar basic elements like that of modern computer. The features are input output device and processing unit. Vacuum tubes, huge electrically charged glass tubes which are placed inside the computers to maintain information. Transistors, building of computer system used to amplify a signal. Then diodes were the first semiconductor devices. Chip, a small electronic circuit used to transmit. We have seen that all chips in computer, right? Like that of the memory which we put in, um or basically the sim card, it is also a chip. Then microprocessor, a silicon chip that contains a CPU. So with that we come to the end of the chapter. I hope you liked it as much as I did in making it, and until we meet again, it's a goodbye.